From a technique perspective, walking and running differ in terms of the foot strike. While walking, the heel strikes the ground first, and while running, it's more of a front foot or mid-foot strike. Also, while walking, one foot is always in contact with the ground while the other foot is in the air. And while running, both feet should be in the air at some point during your stride. So if you ever witness race walking, which is basically a race where people walk at a fast pace, maintaining this walking technique where one foot is always touching the ground is mandatory. Otherwise, the participant is disqualified. Both walking and running essentially use the same muscle groups in your legs, which includes the quads, muscles in the front of your thighs, the hamstrings, muscles in the back of your thighs, glutes, which is basically your buttocks, and your calves. The arms, shoulders and the core muscles are also involved in the process. But the difference is in the intensity of the workout. Running is a high impact, high intensity workout, whereas walking is a low intensity, low impact workout. Now, as per research, running burns 30% more calories as compared to walking for the same distance, which basically means if you're running 5 kilometers at a moderate pace and walking the same distance, you will burn more calories while running. This is because running is an intense form of workout, so higher speed means higher calorie burn. Also, running at a moderately fast pace leads to something called as the afterburn effect, which means that even after you finish your run, you'll be burning calories. But if you prefer walking and you're planning to lose weight or burn calories, you just have to change your nutrition plan in accordance with walking. Now, what does science have to say about walking versus running? According to one study, 5 minutes of running is as beneficial as 15 minutes of walking, which means that you will experience health benefits faster if you run. Studies also suggest that runners or joggers live longer as compared to non-runners or people who don't do any physical activity. Men live 3.8 years longer and women live 4.7 years longer. Also, if you run for just 2 hours per week for 1 year, you will lose weight, reduce the body fat, reduce your resting heart rate, and also reduce the fat in the blood, which is basically your triglycerides. There's even evidence that running contributes to the overall emotional well-being of a person as it brings down the tension, depression, and anger. Walking can offer similar benefits, but it will take much longer to achieve them. Also, walking has an advantage over running when it comes to the risk of injury. According to a study, running produces ground reaction forces 2.5 times the body weight, and while walking, the ground reaction force is 1.5 times the body weight. Ground reaction force is a force exerted by the ground on the body in response to the force exerted by the body on the ground, much like Newton's third law of action and reaction. So, greater the ground reaction force, greater the wear and tear, which eventually leads to injuries. Another catch with running which was identified by a study was that if you overexert or run too much at a higher pace without taking appropriate rest, it may make your heart weak and lead to heart problems. Just like everything else, too much of running may prove to be harmful. Science is still divided when it comes to the overall benefits of running versus walking. But based on the studies and the research done so far, running will bring in benefits faster as compared to walking. But overexertion may lead to more damage than good. Also, using proper running gear will reduce the risk of injuries. So choose what you love and keep moving.